And that's a great transition as far as you dealing with and wanting to travel in the world. Let's talk about how you got into street ball announcing. How did that come about?
This is a good one. So I have a friend named AB, and I have a friend named Lee Green from Watson. One day I walked up to Watson Park from Bronx River, and the park was packed. You know, they had a mic and everything, and my boy R.A. from Bronxdale, shouts to R.A., he was doing the mic. And, you know, my man was like, yo, Joe, you funny, get on the mic, do this. So I was like, you know what, why not? You know, so they gave me the mic, and I did it, and I kind of always wanted to be like Dick Vitale.
Ooh,
like Dick Vitale, you know, he's one of the greatest ever.
Yes, yeah.
Because he'll call a game, he'll tell you where they're from, and he'll tell you if you're doing something wrong on the court. And when Dick Vitale talked about you, you became someone.
That was the stamp.
That's the stamp of approval. And then he said, he handles the rock, baby. You know what I'm saying?
PTP, pound top player.
You know, and I did it, you know, for like 10 years with them. You know, every summer we didn't have no big finances. Sometimes Lee did what he could do. You know, AB did what he could do, you know, but it wasn't really based on the dollar. It was based on us bringing our community together, because where I'm from, Watson was the melting pot. You know, it's changed a whole bunch. It was just so many places around that was so drug infested that we figured out if we continue this tournament, some kids are going to come out of this tournament and make it, and people are going to know who they are. And I'll tell you the kids that came out of there. Kimber Walker. Kenny Satterfield.
Okay.
You
talk
know?
That talk.
Yeah, Corey Fisher. I mean, they even brought Joakim Noah out there. He was in his prime doing his thing. They brought Joakim Noah, Ron Artest, World Meta Peace. He even came out. It got so good. No lie. This is no lie. This is when I knew that we had something special. God bless him. Greg Maris would come up to Watson and sit in a chair like this under the basket and watch the game. He's the first person to ever tell me my worth as an announcer. He said, don't let nobody get over on you. Always let them know your worth. And better yet, when you get on the court, show them your worth. He wanted me to come here, you know, but I just felt like I don't want to step on no toes. Some of these guys have been here forever, and you know, if I intervene, they might lose their chance. So I would come and do certain things for him, like the Trayvon Martin thing, you know. Gusto show me love. I get on the mic with EJ and all that. But I've never been an MC to walk into a park knowing that I'm good at what I do and try to overshine some guys that's trying to make their way, because that's not fair. I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. No one. You know what I'm saying? So it was more or less like, man, Watson gave me a chance to be who I am. You know, even if it was to people like, oh, you're just talking trash in the park and all that, it took me far. You know, it gave me a home. It gave me a life. It gave me time to understand what it is to be a man and look out for your kids when you make some kind of money. You know what I'm saying? So street ball raised me to be a better man because I love it so much.
That's real. And salute to Watson, this year's New York versus New York champs. All right, I want to give a big salute to the whole Watson coaching staff.
That's right.
And I pulled off something big this year.
That's right. And I want to give a big shout out to a good friend of mine. He's my brother. I love him. His name is Gilly. You know Gilly. That's my boy right there. You know what I mean? You know, he does Watson now, and he always says, "I learned from you, Joe. I watched you. I watched how you talk and how you move." He's the only guy that can use every line I ever created. The rest of you guys, you got to pay.
Shoot out some of your lines so the people know. And this is Joe Post. So you hear anybody else saying them, you already know.
All right, when you go to the free throw line and the game's on the line and you got to hit these free throws, my first line is to you: breathe in, breathe out, bend your knees, and follow through. And if you can listen to that every time you go to the free throw line, that's a bucket. Then I had another one. You know how they go one-on-one, right? They go mano-a-mano, they clear it out. You get them on an island, drown them. You know what I mean? You know? I mean, I have so many, and I have one, like if I got a shooter on the court and he's bombing, fire one. Yes. You know what I mean? Every time, definitely. Fire one. And if you knock that down, you saying something to me, you know? And I go, my lines are according to how people play the game. Because I've taken horrible games and turned them into something. There's a young guy, we're good friends, his name is Damu. He came up strong now. Like right now, Damu is superior to me. He can play the game, he's getting up there in age, but he's very smart. I remember when no one really believed in him at Dykeman. I used to call him Taliban because he had the beard. One day he came up against a tough team and he pulled it off. That's when I knew that kid was going to be something. Big shout to my man Damu. He knows who I'm talking about, you know?
Ready? Yeah. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard.